Hi, it's Molly. First off, I want to say I'm sorry for how bad this webcam is. It's just the webcam on my laptop, and for you to hear me, I have to be really close to the camera, so I'm sorry that you have to see my face this close. It's kind of awkward, but I just want to make a little video. We had that Rachel's Challenge presentation the other day at school, and for anyone who doesn't know what that is, Rachel Scott was the first person who was killed in the Columbine High School shooting, and when she was killed, they found these journals that she'd written in, and these diaries, and it was all about what she believed in, and she believed in kindness and compassion and believing in yourself, and helping to stop bullying and not being judgmental or prejudiced and just accepting people for who they are. And we had a presentation on it at school the other day, and it really spoke to me. It was just the most amazing thing ever, and it kind of inspired me to make this video a little bit. Most people who know me know by now, but I just want to talk about it a little bit and talk about bullying and how that program affected me and the impact it had on me. When I was 7, I was diagnosed with Tourette Syndrome, and Tourette Syndrome, I just want to give a quick definition of it. Tourette Syndrome is a neurological disorder that causes tics, and tics are involuntary movements or sounds. What you see in the media portrays it as just this swearing disorder and people swearing all the time and just going nuts, and that's absolutely not at all what it is. And that is actually called coprolalia, and coprolalia is in less than 10% of cases with Tourette syndrome, so it's actually very rare. I just wanted to get that out there. One of the things I hate the most is the stereotype of Tourette syndrome, because it's horrible and completely inaccurate, and I just wanted to get that out there and clear that up. But I was diagnosed when I was 7, and it was traumatizing because for the longest time my parents had noticed weird things that normal kids don't do. I was blinking my eyes a lot and rolling my eyes to the point where I was always complaining about having horrible headaches, and I was always jerking my head. I jerked my neck like that to the side really violently all the time, and I would jump up and down in the air for no reason. I would make all sorts of weird humming and sniffing noises and all these weird sorts of things, and my parents went to doctor after doctor, and took over a year to find out that it was Tourette syndrome, and no one in my family had ever heard of it. We had absolutely no idea what it was, and it was when I learned what it was, I felt like the world's biggest weirdo. I was getting picked on by kids more at school. Kids started to notice. It was right at that age where you can't hide it anymore, and kids learn and they pick up on things, and kids started to notice, and just made me feel worse and worse about myself. And I would walk through the hallways at school or be in the classroom, and I'd have a tic, and everyone would laugh, or everyone would always call me these horrible names. I was called weirdo, freak, psycho, spaz, worthless, fat, all sorts of things like that. And at first I told myself, well, it doesn't really matter, just ignore it. Things are gonna get better, just ignore these kids, they're just being stupid. And you can tell yourself that for so long until it really does get to you. And I was called all these names and laughed at and mocked and mimicked and made fun of and pushed in the lockers and elbowed in the hallway and all sorts of things, and I just didn't understand it. I was like, I have Tourette Syndrome, why do these kids care? It doesn't affect them. It doesn't hurt them. It annoys them a little bit, but it annoys me 1,000 times more than it would ever annoy anybody else. And I just didn't understand it. I didn't get why I was the one these kids targeted all the time. And I'd come home crying every day after school, all the time. And I fell into just the deepest depression possible. And I was suicidal for a while. I worried a lot of my friends and family. I did a lot of things and said a lot of things that I wish I could take back, that I can't ever take back. And when I was first diagnosed, I fell into this mean streak where I was just mad at the whole world because no one else that I knew had what I had. No one was dealing with what I was dealing with. And it was way harder than anyone could ever imagine. And it's been the biggest thing I've had to deal with in my life because it's caused so many problems and done so many bad things to me. I was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder from how badly I was bullied. People don't always take bullying seriously, and I wish people would, because it is the most serious and most sincere and one of the most important things in my life, and it's made me who I am today. I wouldn't take it back, because I don't think I'd be as strong of a person as I am without having to go through that, but it haunts me every single day of my life. It always will. It's always something I'm going to have to deal with, and my Tourette Syndrome is always something I'm going to have to deal with. It's sometimes great, but sometimes horrible, and it's one of the most misunderstood things out there. Like, people don't understand it, and I could talk to you for 5 hours explaining what Tourette Syndrome is like, but it's frustrating, it's annoying, it's painful, it's just horrible sometimes, and so misunderstood, and I just really try to do all I can to make people understand it as best I can, but I wish people would take bullying seriously more, because it's a horrible thing, and it does horrible things to people. It did a horrible thing to me, and I'm just starting to get through it and get over it, and not get over it, but move past it and become a better person because of it. But if I tell anyone anything, if you learn anything from this, it's that you never know what someone's going through, and someone you never know what someone's going through, and try your best not to judge people, because you could be missing out on an amazing person. And for everyone out there who's struggling with the things I've struggled with, don't give up, because I almost gave up, and it would have been the stupidest thing I ever did. And I'm glad I didn't give up, because I have a lot of things going for me right now, a lot of things that I'm proud of and that I'm really happy about. And if you give life a chance, it can be amazing. It's really all what you make of it. And no matter what you're going through, you hear it 1,000 times, but it will get better. I promise you, it will get better. You just have to get through it, push through it, and you'll see that it does get better. And I hope if anyone takes time to watch this, even a little bit of it, I love you to death, and you're the most amazing person ever for watching this whole video if you get through it. And I hope anything I've said means something to someone. I hope you can get inspired by my story. That's just a small sliver of my story in a short video, but I hope it means something. I hope it makes a difference. I hope it inspires you in any way it can, or makes you smile, or anything. So if you watch this, thank you 1,000 times. Just thank you if you're watching this. That's my story. I hope it helps someone in any way. Bye.